Let's drop. I can't believe we're fucking doing this again. I can't believe season 4 is fucking over, is the thing. I came back for season 4. I felt like I was going to die in season 4. I felt like it was a certainty. Like it was like going to be eternal.
For context, for anybody, for God, anybody listening to this, anybody at all, we finished the episode, I think, like 20 seconds ago. I'm not normal
like
yet.
20 seconds ago.
I'm not normal yet.
Listen, I mean, last time we, like, started, like, a couple minutes after we finished, right?
Yeah, we had time to get our shit together.
I wanted to avoid that this time.
Oh, God. Okay, predictably, we all know what I'm honing in on. I'm checking the transcript. I want to stay together?
That was it, buddy.
What did he mean by this? Does he mean her and him? Does he mean himself and pieces?
He means the staff. He means the staff.
Aw.
Listen, I'm a hotel owner shipper extraordinaire. I
was literally about to make fun of your, like, ship brain rot.
Right? That is a reading of it that you could do. I think the intended and the more obvious reading is he wants to stay with the staff. He's figured out how he, the manager, and the lobby boy work together. He wants to stay with them. I guess actually you could also read it like he wants to stay with the hotel and he doesn't want to get flung off to whatever void nothing she's about to send him to.
Arc successful!
Okay. That's chugging in the back of my brain, but I think he wants to keep the gang together!
The team!
Oh, okay.
Team now.
Okay, I have OBS up and I'm looking at our little guys bouncing. I can't stop it, I'm sorry. They're jiggling.
Bouncy. I don't know if it was deliberate as well, but, like, the read on the manager's line of, like, give me my damn lobby boy back, it felt very Aliens. That felt very, like, get away from her, you bitch, kind of thingy.
Sigh. I have buttons that can be pushed, and that's one of them.
Like, fucking, you know, the alien queen, end fight kind of dealio.
Sighs, twirls hair.
Yeah, there's themes that could be pulled from that.
There's themes there. I'm trying to formulate, like, some coherent thoughts, because, as we all know, like, where the hotel is concerned, my brain just turns into some kind of puddle of primordial sludge, and I have to force myself to act somewhat normal, especially in front of a microphone. Speaking of, I got a new mic, hi.
New microphone, sounded crisp.
My microphone!
Genuinely, my brain is a little pile of sludge right now.
Yeah. I'm very glad, though, that I didn't give us any time to formulate any coherent thoughts, because I like having the raw, unfiltered reactions, and I think that's necessary for an episode as impactful as the season 4 finale.
Did I start screaming again?
I'd like you to.
There were a couple shrieks that didn't make it into the recording. I would not subject anyone to that, but they were unhinged.
They were rather rabid.
The manager. Holy shit, let's talk about the manager.
Let's talk about the fucking manager. Why don't we?
She really is, like, this is her lobby. She manages this hotel.
Lobby. She is the manager of this hotel, and no, something premises, something about to die, gun noise.
No matter, you know, the owner and the lobby boy, they kind of have these other little things going. The lobby boy kind of doesn't want to do anything. He makes the rooms and he does them really good, but he doesn't like interacting with anyone. He was so proud of his little room last time. I'm so sad.
You were like owner room, and then immediately was like, oh, it's Judy Blashy in there, and like I screamed. It's known that I'm the Judy Blashy guy.
But he's like scared. He's got like fears and anxieties about doing his job, and he needs some help getting to that.
He wants to be a good boy.
The owner's just got so many insecurities just eating away at him. He wants everything to go well, but I don't think anything would ever satisfy him.
Pretend I'm putting like a picture up of like the fucking tiny owner. Yeah, you know the one.
I know the one. The manager? She's like, I know what I'm here for. I know what I'm here to do. I'm doing it.
Something is preventing me from doing this. I am going to fight God.
Yeah. The owner, who has a lot of power over her, who mentioned in season 1, and it could have just been season 1 weirdness, but whatever, that he was gonna build a room for her and get rid of her. Like, potentially he has that power. Like, he's gonna build a room. He's like, I could totally build a room. I could build a room and it'd be so good, it'd be better than any lobby boy's room. I just don't feel like it.
It's the aviary from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
It's the aviary. there's a point that I'm trying to get to, but I've forgotten it in my own brain.
I like rambling. I like it when we ramble on this.
Love to ramble. Right, the owner's gonna get in her way. Potentially he could just, like, wipe her out, who's to say? But she fights him anyway, and that's fantastic, and I love that. I guess he doesn't actually have the authority to get rid of any staff. He can just complain to the hotel and she won't listen to him.
Madam, they're causing problems again!
Mom! Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally.
It's the weed whacker!
I'm fucking fascinated with the manager being like, I am the hotel. Like she's not just like, I'm the manager. She's like, this whole thing runs because I fucking make it. I pull this place together kind of feeling. Like that sense of pride and like, yeah, I'm the guy who does all this kind of thing is really interesting.
See her like puffing her chest out.
She's genuinely the guy who does all this. Miss Big Deal, Miss In Charge. And she isn't
Miss Big Important. Oh.
She also doesn't assert herself like that, which I really like. She's not, like, humble. She just knows exactly her place.
Yeah, it's like,
and she doesn't go above her station.
Hilariously enough, this reminded me of when we were talking about wrestling music for the entrance music for Wrestling AU, where we were talking about the theme we chose for the manager. And
yes, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, it's not exactly, it's like distinctly powerful, distinctly self-assured, but not in a cocky way. Just in a I solidly know that I'm about to beat your fucking ass kind of way, because they have that experience. And that's what the manager is serving. Actually, most of her appearances, like, generally, that's just like what she fucking does. She knows exactly what she's here to do. She knows what she is here for. And I do think Madame Hotel coming back at her with the fucking I am the hotel. Like, bitch, you don't know what you're about to trifle with. And then, like, the wind blowing, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh fuck yeah.
Wind blowing, that takes us to season 3.
Season fucking 3, baby. Like,
although, isn't the return between this and the start of season 3?
I technically, this is like, all of season 4 is between fucking, Echo Box and Return. And Return, I think, is at a fucky place on the timeline, just because so much of it is the hotel herself monologuing.
Monologuing about God knows what.
God knows what to you, maybe.
Not here he doesn't.
Literally not here he doesn't, but also I understand it perfectly. I think that's you problem.
Okay, that's fair. You are the hotel understander.
Diagnosis, skill issue. The skeleton appears.
The skeleton appears. I like that the second he figured out... Okay, I did just say, oh, he's definitely like, I want to stay together. He's talking about the staff. The second he figured out what was going on, the owner, he tried to leave, and then as soon as he was able to leave, he got the fuck out of there and did not, like, even try to save the other two. That is a little bit funny, actually.
Very well.
He's like, oh man, they're in real danger. They think it's just regular Madame Hotel stuff, but she's about to really fuck us up.
This is exactly what regular Madame Hotel stuff is.
Yeah.
He really did just go, nope.
She's been chilling lately. She's been being girl funny.
She's been funny. Now she's about to be hilarious.
Bitches think I'm acting funny? I'm about to be hilarious. She did have a lot of very nice lines this episode, though.
She did.
She said some bangers.
The boob tube.
The boob tube. Fucking, I'm scrolling, I'm thinking about this shit now. I chuckled, I giggled, I chortled. I had myself a grand old time listening to this episode, and I'm very carefully watching my levels in the in slobs, just in case.
Gotcha. Are we recording?
We are rolling now. Sorry about forgetting.
That's okay.
I'm a bit silly.
Oh, what's our intro?
I don't fucking know is the thing. Because we didn't have a very formal one last time. I just said we're rolling. And you were like, oh, we're rolling. Apparently we're rolling.
Hello and welcome. Are we calling it We Like the Hotel this time?
Are we calling this We Like the Hotel? I think we should call it We Like the Hotel.
Welcome to We Like the Hotel.
We Like the Hotel. We Like the Hotel.
We Like the Hotel. There's three of us.
The hotel. There's 3 of us.
Should we introduce ourselves?
We should, and I'm not going first.
Okay, I was gonna say let's start with you because you're on the left, but I'll start.
No.
Hi, I'm Ibis. He, they pronouns. I really like the owner. I'm the guy in the middle. Next.
He's the guy in the middle. Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm him. I also really like the owner, but I just like the hotel in general also.
Perfect.
All right.
Niall, take us home, baby.
Oh, yeah! Niall, he, him, Twitter user Liaven, you may know me as the one who did the postcard for the library. Woo! I am infamous in my love for Madame Hotel, and I will never apologize for it. Thank you.
Hey, actually, forget anything else we were gonna talk about. Holy shit, you did the postcard?
I did a postcard.
Oh my god!
I did a postcard.
The library?
The fucking library, brother.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that in the mail. I'm gonna put that on my wall. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Did you see what I fucking said to you on the Patreon?
I did see what you said to
Put it on the wall, Buster.
It's going on the wall. I promise.
I have this
different way of saying promise.
I can't wait to put my hotel stuff on my wall as well, because I have this beautiful print that I got from a local artist of this woman like falling apart and rotting, but she's being very sexy about it.
Nice.
And I think they will complement each other very nicely.
Hell yes.
Yeah, good themes going on with the art.
I've owned it for years.
How about that episode?
Episode! 418! Finale, baby! Fucked up timeline.
So, I just heard my own echo. Who was that through?
Shouldn't be through mine, I don't think.
Should not be through me.
Okay, never mind then.
I think your brain just fucked up.
My brain may have fucked up. Let's start with Niall. You said during our live blogging, let me find the message here, that this was validating a bunch of your manager headcanons. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, of course I would. I talked about Kathy a little bit in HotelCon 2022. Which, if I ever make this public, no one will fucking have context for.
Well,
HotelCon 2022 was what you can consider the pilot of what if we're making this a fan cast, it could be the pilot. It is mostly just off the top of our heads, because it is our raw, unfiltered reactions to things that have happened in the show, and our thoughts on the characters and such. So, when I said I was validating a bunch of my manager headcanons, it was mostly in reference to her internal monologue, and also the fact that she's like fucking Pandora's forces, and one is screaming to God
at each other's throats.
At each other's throats. Like, I like how like something about how she's so certain, so confident in her position, so like her knowledge of her position as the manager is all she's like ever needed, really, in the like metaphysical sense.
Yeah.
Since she's been here for both an eternity and an instant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. She has like so much intrinsic knowledge of her position as a position, because it's basically baked into her entire personality, if it can be said that she does have one beyond her position. Something about my decoy metaphor, something about making decoys for hunting ducks, and suddenly the decoys become autonomous, but they're still just decoys, and they're here to serve a purpose. So, what fascinates me, though, is that when she is blocked from taking that purpose, she just fucking goes. She goes wild about it. She was not having it. I thought that was very charming. And then she did get released from her fucking flesh prison. And immediately she's barely restraining herself from throwing hands with Madame Hotel. Which I like in a woman.
It's like that decorum and professionalism that she always throws in the owner's face whenever he starts to throw a tizzy is like the only thing keeping her from just full on biting the hotel's throat out.
Touch her lobby boy and she's gonna throw a fucking tantrum.
Yeah.
I will never ship them, but it is very sweet.
It's pretty cute.
It's very sweet, is the thing. What more people need to understand is that it's very sweet.
It's very sweet. Definitely the thing about the staff for me is that they all kind of feel like siblings. I think me and Jay have talked about this a little bit, that it feels like a sibling-ish relationship.
It's very sibling-y to me.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, owner and manager as the two older siblings who are constantly bickering and not getting along, and then when they do get along, it's like neither of them have the brain cell.
At gunpoint.
Yeah.
It's something Drake and Josh.
Something Drake and Josh. I never watched the show. I couldn't say.
Something about running over Oprah.
I think
that's what happened in the road trip.
That's what happened in the road trip.
The Drake and Josh scene where they get stuck in the treehouse because they forget to build the door.
That's what happened in this episode.
Yeah. Man, Drake, where's the door?
Where's the door?
Where's the door hole? Cue the ragdolling.
Cue the ragdoll. He was literally Bethesda-ing.
He was literally Bethany Esda.
Wow, clipping. Finally.
Wow.
Finally clipping.
Our favorite band.
Our favorite
band. And that's actually how we met.
Oh, that is actually how we met.
Yeah, I messaged you on Tumblr like, I didn't. Holy shit, you like clipping. I like clipping. And I did not expect us to become friends.
And now look at us.
Literally look at us. Literally look at us. We could not be closer.
I was about to say you can't because we're voices, but we are little icons on a screen. So look at our little icons.
Yes, we all agreed to do this.
They're so cute.
Jay already had one. Ibis had to make one. I had to make one. It was hard for me personally because if you've seen any of my art at all, you know that I use this very like scratchy pencil-y brush, and the other two have these very nice thick lines. So I tried my hardest to keep a coherent visual style going on here.
And you smashed it.
Thank you.
Speaking of the owner, because we were doing that briefly, and I would like to speak about him forever.
Yeah.
Okay. What did he say? I want to stay together. I had to look at the transcript. I want to stay together. Hi. Couple readings of that line, all of them good. First of all, the callback to the season 1 finale. Love it. Second of all, together. Who's he staying with? There are a couple possible readings that I really like. Obviously, the hotel owner shipper in me wants it to be like, oh, he wants to stay with the hotel. He wants to be with her. Ooh.
I think she's actively clowning on him right now is the thing.
She's actively clowning on him. And I think the more accurate,
she's really fucking up my frame.
And the better, I don't want to say the better reading necessarily, because all readings are valid, but the one that's more keeping in line with, like, the arc that we've been establishing, the arc that...
as you write the show.
Yeah, how I write... I can't even joke about it. Sorry.
I do.
Thank you. That they've been establishing over the course of the season. That was a very brusque thank you. I wasn't trying to shut you up.
No, you should shut me up. I need to be shut up sometimes.
Over the course of the season, the character arc that is being worked through, we're gonna get to the end of this sentence eventually, is that he's learning how to work with the manager and the lobby boy. So I think the much more interesting and richer reading of that is that he wants to stay with the staff. He wants this staff team to stay together because they work now. They figured out how to work together, more or less, and they're making it happen. He checked on the lobby boy.
He literally checked on the lobby boy.
The lobby boy because the manager would want to check on him. He
literally checked on the lobby boy.
Oh my god. It also makes it incredibly funny that he was like, oh my god, they think the danger is just Madame Hotel being silly.
Silly
but no, they
putty!
don't understand. This is way more than that. They don't know the real danger that they're in. And the second he's able to leave, he's like, okay, bye.
The real danger is that she's being double silly.
The real danger is that
she's being hilarious.
She was funny, now she's hilarious. He just leaves. He's just like, okay, nope, never mind. Goodbye.
Rapidly flapping like a pigeon, just, nope, I'm out, bye.
Birdie told me you all think I've been acting funny lately. Okay, I think I'm done thinking I'm being funny. I think we should talk about the show.
I've been talking about the show.
You've been talking about the show. I've been making quirky little quips because I'm irresistible.
And we love that about you.
Thank you.
Man.
The
manager this episode.
The manager really slayed.
Everything. She was fantastic.
She was serving. And I do recall in the live chat, there was a large portion of time at the beginning of the episode that was just me going, she's a barrel eye. I fucking know it. She's a fucking barrel eye.
I said it. I love reading into this show. I did kind of, when I realized we were doing the like, okay, everybody's gonna get a POV moment, I did kind of want the owner's POV to just be him going like,
break core noises.
Yeah, making incoherent noises because he's trying to shift between.
I just shaved my legs. Anyways, continue.
He's just like, he's vibrating very quickly. So whatever he is going to say is just completely incomprehensible. I thought that would have been really funny.
Yeah.
Probably would have broken up the tension a lot, so good that it wasn't done.
But tension. I want
if
funny.
I figure out how to do video editing or audio editing, I might just
if you said video editing, I was gonna be like, I'm literally right here, dog. Sigh.
I could animate that, couldn't I?
You could animate that.
I have FL Studio. I could, if you had clips you wanted splicing together, I can do that with audio.
Like, you know that video I like to send of, like, the guy in the Mario hat, and it's, like, crazy sped up, and he's just, like, gibbering incoherently, and then he starts screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's owner noises.
I hope we're ready to... The rest of this episode is going to be us describing very quickly sped up videos and then pausing for a moment and going, that's the owner.
I feel like a fucking celebrity in this town.
Funk.
Funk.
Funk. I gotta put that video, like, on screen in a second, just so there's context.
I feel like a fucking celebrity in this town.
Just so there's context.
I keep sending that video and going, that's Madame Hotel in 412.
That's her. That's Madame Hotel.
Her.
My silly woman. I'm, like, rocking in my chair right now. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm very much rocking in my chair.
The hotel in this episode also.
Yes!
Wow. She says words.
She says words. I like how you immediately heard me perk up at that, as if you, like, activated my trap card.
Funky, fresh, and spunky. The hotel in this episode.
The hotel in this
says things. We already said that.
The hotel of it all.
The hotel of it all.
The hotel of it all. I usually cut out when we repeat ourselves, but I think I'll keep in, we just said that, just so, we get to hear the hotel of it all. That's a very funny.
So this takes us, where do we go after the end of this episode? Because the timeline's a little fucky-wucky, which I like.
The timeline's a little fucky-wucky.
So, Season 4 happens between Echo Box and The Return, is what they say, or just Return. I feel like putting a the in there when there's not a the in the title.
It's just Return.
Yeah. It's just Return. But the wind at the end of the episode sounds like the wind at the start of Season 3, right?
And, I mean, with the context of, like, the powers that be noises, and the go find him.
Go find him.
And naturally, I mean, that would also technically make sense for it transitioning into Return. But, to me, Return is at a nebulous place on the timeline, solely because so much of it is, the hotel herself monologuing. And while that isn't a problem, that's something I actively welcome, even. But if you all saw my reactions to The Neighborhood, I will never complain about more hotel monologuing.
We love hotel. In this house, we love hotel monologuing.
You think you do. You think you do. but you're in this room with me. And I know what it is
We're-
like to love hotel monologuing.
We are both in this house, Niall. I almost said this house.
This house has people in it.
This house has people in it. Unedited footage of a bear.
Unedited footage of a bear. I really need to do that fucking Judy redraw. God damn.
Yeah, come on. Chop chop.
Judy.
Your love, your
sweetheart.
light.
My love, my light, my sweetheart who is currently burning.
She was in this one.
She was in that one.
What was up with that? Here's a question. Was the owner like, oh, I don't even know what the hell his thought process would have been. I don't know if the hotel can, like, hear his thoughts. So,
yeah.
Probably
Boink.
him going to attack Judy because he thinks it's going to hurt her is probably true. But I would love to put him under a microscope and study him.
Yeah,
Why does he think that's the case? She looks like Judy, but she's not actively wearing her body.
It would be really funny if she was, though.
It'd be kind of funny if she would.
Meet Dave.
Right. So they get Judy up to the room, and she's in the hot, and there's the things reaching at her, and the hot bars and all that. And she, like, passes her hand through the hot bars, and Madame Hotel's hand just falls off. Like, is that the plan? Sorry,
Yeah,
I
that's
shouldn't be this rude.
No, I think we need that. I think we needed that to diffuse
A little bit.
a little bit. Like, I do speak about Judy Blashy a lot, like, outside of the context of the episode she was in, but solely because I just, like, have all these wild fantasies of, like, hotel sitcom, and she's just fucking there to bear witness to all of it. She's, like, the straight man scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
413 did things to me, the way she was just throwing hands with the staff.
He was ready for it.
I like to subject her to even more nonsense after that. Like,
I do
every time
quite
I draw
like
her, she's
the-
suffering.
oh.
It's very funny. Okay, you can.
She
you can
is. I quite like the idea of thinking about like what could be going through the owner's head, because I have a couple of different thoughts, and the first one, which is like interesting to me, is the idea that at this point he's really not doing his best. Like his brain is a little bit he's not having fun. He's not having a good time here. He's not thinking clear, he's not thinking straight. And so this as in Madame Hotel doing her funky shit for the season started when he battered her brains in. And maybe there's something in him which is like, maybe if I do it again, it's like flipping the switch again.
You just gotta turn the switch off.
Have you tried turning
Yeah.
your Madame Hotel off and back on again?
So he's like, I fucked Judy up once and this is what happened. I fuck her up again, maybe she'll go away. or even that like Judy's some kind of tether, or like Judy is something that's
Like,
affecting Madame Hotel.
This is gonna make like zero sense. Like when you in Sony Vegas, when you copy something on your timeline, you can make a reference to that, or you can make an entirely new instance. If you reference it, whatever you do to that instance of the media will happen to the other.
Yes.
So
Yes, exactly.
perhaps it was that kind of scenario in his mind.
Okay.
Where
I can vibe with
where
that.
Madame Hotel was like a reference of Judy.
He's definitely not in the best frame of mind.
He's so normal.
For sure. He's definitely not thinking clearly. Ever. But especially now.
Men will literally not be insignificant.
Men will literally be not insignificant. He is not insignificant. He is not as significant as he thinks he is. That's my favorite kind of man.
Little peacock men.
Men.
Men. You like sigh about men, and you're like picturing this like fuck up of a dude who thinks he's the shit. And I sigh about women, and I'm thinking about like someone who'd strap me to a table and waterboard me. I mean, I'm not wrong, is the thing.
You're not wrong, is the thing. Oh,
We were supposed to be talking about the hotel.
We're kind of talking about the hotel.
I like sigh dreamily about her every 20 seconds, even like outside of conversation about this show. I'll be mid-conversation, I'll be like, sorry, I have to sigh about the hotel again.
I want to pick out a cute tie for him and have him tell me it's hideous.
Aww.
And then he wears it anyway?
And then he wears it anyway.
And then he wears it anyway.
Oh, I'm down bad. My boyfriend is in this call. Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hi. In this call. tie.
It's okay. we
Jay
can
also
share the
wants to
bird.
pick out a tie.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're both picking out the tie.
Loving the owner polycule.
You don't even know! Okay,
How many are there? Are there any more owner lovers I should know about?
So wait, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, we should get to the discussion topics.
Yes!
Mm.
The discussion topics. The episode itself was very, very good plot-wise from a story perspective, knowing, we were, sniffing out, trying to find out where it fits on the timeline, because, something about Return being a bunch of monologuing, and because of, the hotel's nature, just, as something disconnected from linear time-space, I do not think that Return can be given a solid singular point on the timeline.
No,
Because,
excuse me.
our timeline is just, a plank. Her timeline is a crazy straw. And it has sunglasses on it.
Her timeline is a cat's cradle.
Her timeline is literally a
God.
cat's cradle. And she's, making shapes in there and shit. She's got, a list of, weird-ass, string tricks, but she's, it's strings in the context of, string theory.
Yeah.
Okay,
Her
discussion
timeline
topics!
Well, yeah.
Nate, did you have something to say?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
say
was
it,
just
say it,
like
say
you were
it,
starting-
speak up, because you deserve to.
wow. I was just joking that her timeline is a cobweb and they're all stuck in it.
They're
There
her
it is.
little flies!
All right, what do we want to go in order? So start with designs.
Yeah, I think we should start with designs, because I do want to speak more about my manager design just a little bit.
Yeah. Who would like to start? I'm
don't.
gonna make Jay start.
What?
Let's make Jay
okay.
start. Yeah, go,
Yeah.
cat boy.
Go boy.
Okay. So, my
Darkness.
designs, I probably have the least down visually of everyone, but I have a very concrete idea, and that is that I knew I wanted to have a theme for the entire cast when I was designing them, and what I went with was classic movie monsters, sort of universal Hammer horror stuff. So my owner is a wolfman, but also a bird. Which I think is very fun, and it was purely because, well, honestly, it was purely because when I first started listening to the podcast and I got a feel for the owner as a character, some of that grumpiness through him, first of all, reminded me of a character in another show, The Terror, Dr. Stanley, who I took the face from.
Just peel the face right off him. Okay, I'll stop interrupting.
Oh no, you can. This is fine.
Take that face off, wear that face out.
Exactly. I put that fucking face on his skull, only half of it because the skull is visible. And then a lot of how he holds himself had that kind of not arrogance, but pride that worked really well with putting him in that classic monster wolfman kind of outfit of a guy who looks really fancy but has then been fucking torn up kind of thing. So he's got big rough stuff going on and all that. I'm rambling on that design. There's not that much to it. He's a wolfman
He's
because
very
I thought it
handsome.
was cool.
He's very,
He's
handsome. I like the smoky kind of
the wispy skull bit.
skull thing. It's super cool.
It's
you were
very
talking
fun.
about how when he goes monstery. Tell us about the monstery.
We love
Yeah.
a monstery owner in here.
Really
So,
fucking
I'm all for really playing into the parts of the podcast where the owner does seem to, he canonically turns into some kind of big thing. He does something, and so what I went with mine was because he's got this half of his face which is essentially a void with a skull flowing in it, because that just looks cool. I wanted to play with the idea that when he does do that thing, a bit like in the Lobby Boy fight, we hear his voice get deeper and he starts to cause issues and he's big and scary. When he does that with my design, I wanted it to be that smoke overtakes the entire face. So his entire head is just this billowing mass of smoke with no real discernible skull in it anymore. There's a little hint of teeth and a little bit in there to make him frightening. So he's got that going on. And then carrying on with like almost the Wolfman themes, his limbs and his body become way more animal. So he gets big feathery wing hands and bird feet to really, really push his silhouette into something of a monster and play with the idea that he is changing quite dramatically and into a form that is less intended to look the part to own a hotel and more intended to kick someone's ass.
You know, actually, that got me kind of thinking. The owner can do that. We've seen him do that.
Yeah.
And I personally, it's just a me thing, really, but I personally, like, interpret things such as these as being, like, layers, like a crepe cake. And there are layers where they are closer to appearing human, and there are layers where they are just straight up creatures and beasts. So, we've seen the owner across a range of these, but not so much the rest of the staff unless you count them rotting, which I personally don't, because I think they can rot at any layer. I think it's just fine.
I think everyone's allowed to rot.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone does, is the thing. Except for me.
Everybody rots! That's the next
The
children's
rot
book I'll be
consumes us
illustrating.
all.
The rot consumes us all. Tell us about your other designs for the. What are the other? Fuck. There's a specific word. Oh no, I shouldn't have sworn.
No,
I've said fuck
swear.
like several times.
I also think I swore earlier in the episode, but I don't know why suddenly I feel like. Can you bleep that out with a lobby bell? Thank you so much. Okay.
Hotel
Tell us
Con
about your
2022 was full of obscenities.
Yeah.
It was.
And I did not censor a single fuck word.
Your other dudes.
My other dudes? Yeah. So the two that I haven't got drawn down yet, I'll go over real quick and then I'll go into the one that I have. So Manager is a design I haven't drawn yet, but I have a very clear in my head. I want her to be very much a classic ghost. Like if you think of a Lady in Black or the Grey Lady or something like that, a very classic English haunted house story looking ghost. A little bit Crimson Peak in design as well, thinking about the clothing and stuff. Because there is...
as hell.
Yeah, really nice looking. There's almost a prestige to it. She holds herself well, and I think that kind of commanding presence that she has leads herself well to that. The hotel. Now, oh, I forgot. I had a secondary one that was floating, and I have forgotten it. But my foot. Oh, I remember. I want to go with like an Elvira thing.
Hell yeah.
A lady
yes.
vampire. Yeah, she's gonna have the really nice dress. Very, like, she's a host. She's a horror host because she is the one around everything, around which everything rotates. So that's why I want her to look like that. Yeah!
She's the sun.
You're the sun.
You're the sun.
I'm so hopeless and over you. This is the musical episode. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we are going to talk about our playlist eventually.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Elvira Hotel is such a choice. And a really good one at that.
She is fanning myself. I'm fanning myself.
Yeah, very intended to be like very, very playing into the idea that she is both really. Yeah, she's fun. She's really playing this role almost of... Because the hotel is a hotel. She is not a human woman, and yet she is playing this role in an almost overblown way, I think, to me in times, and that's why I wanted to play into that idea of a very theatrical, really fun character with her.
Very camp.
Very camp, yeah. Which, I'm all about.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, of course I would. And then my other design is the lobby boy, who I have got art of, and he is quite simply a Frankenstein. He is a Frankenstein who is rotting.
Frankenstein.
And he's Ratatouille.
And he's
Ratatouille. He is a corpse which is stitched together. His face is wax and stitched on, which was, I've pulled from several horror movies with that aesthetic of having the face on there. His nose falls off a lot, but more importantly than that, there is a rat in his head, in his cranium, and this rat is the brains of the operation. This is the creature. Yeah.
Rat boy genius.
That is the rat boy genius. That is the Ratatouille that is pulling the strings. That's technically the lobby boy.
That's what I love. The rat is the lobby boy. He's piloting this corpse.
You know how I like things like that.
And this this rat thinks, he is the lobby boy. He doesn't think, oh, I'm a rat piloting a corpse. He's like, I've got to go build the rooms and all that. Because I think that's really funny to have this be a visual part of the design and yet still have him, because it's just a design for a podcast character, he still thinks the same way he does in the show. So he's a guy. He's not a rat, he's a guy. But he's also a rat.
Your brain, you don't really consciously think about the fact that you're a brain piloting a body.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
A powerful rat.
Named Lobby Boy!
Named Lobbit Boy!
Oh my god. I very much like the way I said that, though. It's very funny.
But yeah, that's pretty much my designs. I don't have a great deal in depth on the lobby boy, because my thought process with him was, I want to make something that looks gross.
He is yucky!
He's yucky disgusting.
I could stick a finger in his cheek and it would come out wet.
You wouldn't want to, though.
I would want to. I'm built
Maybe
different.
You would.
Yeah,
you're
you know
like
me.
that.
You know exactly who I am. Ibis, I'm making you go next.
Okay, that's fair.
Yay.
Hi.
Well, I'm here to disappoint everyone. Here's the thing.
Be nice
where
to
Jay
yourself.
was like, okay, I will. Where Jay was like, he has the conceptuals down and not a ton in the art department. I've drawn a lot. Conceptually, there's not a lot happening up here. I said not a lot in the art department, and that was very mean of me. I just mean you haven't drawn them a ton. I didn't mean your art's bad. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too, you're fine.
Okay, with that established, I am primarily a vibes designer. I take the first vibe I get, I draw something, I go, that looks about right, and I just roll with it ad infinitum. My characters change subconsciously as I draw them. The funniest aspect of this is that I draw characters with short hair, and their hair gets steadily longer. Which is how my owner design got a mullet, and how another OC of mine had a tiny shitty ponytail, and the point was that it's a tiny ponytail. That's very funny. Now he's got a whole ponytail, and it's just a regular ponytail. I'm getting off topic. So, it was mostly vibes. The vibe that I got for the lobby boy just in season 1, and that's, when I made my designs, is and this is early on, not a lot is established yet. I had this impression of a struggling mid-20s guy. He dropped out of college. He doesn't have a lot going for him. It's this job and this job only, and he's just trying to survive, and he just lives for the small moments of praise from his manager that are few and far between, but God, they're just what he lives for at this point. So I ended up going with the original lobby boy design was a lot rounder. I really liked the idea of kind of melty egg eyes. He sounds so sad all the time. So I was like, oh, what if he's crying, but he's just literally crying his eyes out, and they just drip down his face, and now they're gone. And then I was kind of validated by the rotting thing there, and that felt nice. So melty egg eyes, ginger hair, why not? Going all over the place. At first it was just sticking up like a bowl of noodles had been plunked on his head, and then I was like, what if he looks like a wet dog all the time? So that's where that went. And he's gotten taller and ganglier the more I've drawn him. He might be taller than the owner, but he just hunches all the time. I think that's fun. That's Lobbert. Lobbert. It's my favorite name for him. I think someone in the Discord said that, and I was like, oh, I'm stealing that. The manager, I had a very strong visual of her. I think hers was the strongest visual. Just a very severe woman, her hair up in a bun, glasses on a chain, dark hair, dark eyes. She's giving you a look. There is no nonsense in her lobby. I guess she's a little bit librarian, which is very funny.
Very funny.
Given the recent announcement.
Teehee.
And then I over time, I wanted them to be a little more monstrous, because I was like, oh, everybody has really cool designs where they look not human, and mine are just kind of guys. So I have made her black and white, and a lot of I want her to be from a black and white movie, basically, but a lot of the aspects of that actually work happen in motion, and I draw her still because I can't animate. But I like to think her mouth moves out of sync with her words a little bit, and you only notice if you're looking for it. I like to think maybe when she decays, there's also like some film decay, like some dodge and burn going on there.
Charming.
Very charming. I think she moves like an actor in an old movie as well. You know, there's kind of a specific way that they move, and I think that's going on with her. And again, that's all stuff in motion that is difficult to show in a still image, but here we are.
Here we are.
Owner.
You like that one.
I like that one. Yeah, I just put the things I like about men in there. Gray hair, salt and pepper.
You should talk
Gray
about
hair
the
going
cape.
white. I should talk about the cape. I should.
There's depth to him there. That's more than just you liking men.
More than just me.
I do think the cape is very clever, and I'm going to encourage you on that.
Okay. The owner ends up a little more bat-like than bird-like because I gave him this cape because I thought it was very fun, and he has this feather ruff that I'm kind of now debating whether or not I want him to have it all. I might take it away, I might change how it looks, but the cape at first was just like, oh, he like flaps away and maybe he's got this cool cape and it's kind of torn up and fraying and leaving little bits all over the place, and the manager hates it whenever he shows up because he leaves all these fucking feathers. But then when I was, at the same time that I was thinking like, well, I'd like the lobby boy's eyes to run out of his face and I'd like the manager to be a black and white movie, I was like, how do I make him weirder? So his cape is now possibly actually part of him. It's like leathery and warm, and it has a pulse if you ever get the chance to touch it, which, good luck.
Good luck.
I commissioned Niall to draw my owner because I love the way he draws my owner, and he put veins in it, and that was everything to me.
And you know exactly why.
I know exactly why, and I'm so glad. Yeah. Veins in it.
Veins in it. You know exactly why, too, because I've been drawing a lot of that lately.
Mm-hmm.
I like putting veins on things.
Yeah. My designs are based on vibes primarily.
You do have a very bangin' hotel design, though.
Oh, I almost completely forgot. I mean, it's just yours slightly to the left.
But she's very cute!
She is very cute. I really like the curly hair. I like drawing her with very bouncy curly hair, and the backless dress I think is super cute, and I like drawing her with pearls. Just kind of, I just was like,
big three mouth.
She's gotta have the three mouth.
She goes tee-hee and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was the one that started the hotel three mouth thing.
May have been.
I just draw her like that all the time. So that leaves that leaves me. Hi. As I said, I'm the one who did the postcard art for the library, which is wild. I was not expecting that. I cannot still literally I'm still actually in disbelief. Is the thing. What more people need to understand is that I'm in disbelief.
Would you say you're reeling? Like when you fish?
To choke you to death.
Would you say you're reeling, Niall?
I want you dead, and I want you in the ground.
Ha-cha-cha! Still got it, baby!
You don't know how much I'm trying to choke you through the fucking screen. Anyway, so, I actually, I was very hesitant to do a manager design in general, actually. The only picture I have of my manager design before I fished her was, it's this, shitty emoji meme. It says, the rot consumes us all on it, and I thought I was very funny for it. It still had the big dilated pupils, though, and the silvery eyes. And I think I'm gonna keep the silvery eyes for the rest of eternity. Because every single time they're, mentioned in the show, I'm like, ooh, ooh, hee hee hee, ooh. And I get a little excited, and I have to keep them in now. But originally, my thought process was, my original manager design was very close to, Ibis's current one. With the glasses chain, the no-nonsense bun, the, half, lidded eyes. It was before Ibis, put his onto paper that I decided I wanted to give her slightly longer hair. I don't know why I did that, because I was very, very strict about her having shoulder-length hair maximum. Which is really funny, looking at her now. So, on a re-listen, I don't even know if it was a re-listen or not, I just think I, like, snapped one day, listening to the New Year's episode. And something deep sea creature of a woman, and my neurons activated. I was like, oh, there's themes here. I can do something with this. And being someone who's used to drawing, like, humans but to the left, like, in a Dungeons and Dragons sort of way, or, like, in a sort of way that I will be putting on screen probably right now. It's just gonna be me talking about Karn again. But it's, I'm very much used to drawing characters that are, like, human, but a bit to the left. Like, you can initially tell that there's something off about them, but they're still, like, visibly humanoid for the most part. They are visibly humanoid, and, like, if you squinted, they could easily pass as human. And, personally, the more I've drawn my manager, the weirder she's gotten. So I do think what I said about layers here still applies, in the sense that the guests just see her as a lady. Sometimes things slip, and they get to see a little bit of scale here and there. I just think that's fun. I just think that's neat. But my thought process there was, well, this woman keeps getting fish metaphors used on her. I'm gonna make her a fucking fish. I'm gonna put scales on that woman. I'm gonna give her, like, nasty-ass, like dead fish eyes. And that still holds. That still is very important to her design. I struggle with giving her expressions sometimes, solely because I can't make her pupils do the thing. And it's hell for me, because you know how reliant my, like, expressions are on pupils. And then you look at my hotel design, which is who I'm gonna speak of next. Because she's the first design I did for this show, actually. Before I did any other fan art for this show, including the first thing I ever put on Twitter, I had, like, this crappy little scribble of my hotel design. And I'm never posting her anywhere, but she's very small and very charming. And my initial inspiration with her, I can actually cite it to a direct point. The inspiration there for her, like, her overall, like, shape, her overall style, was taken, like, directly from Powerpuff Girls, specifically, like, Sedusa's civilian disguise, I'm a Good Lady, which is the funniest fucking name still! It's the funniest thing on earth! But, it was I'm a Good Lady, and it was actually, Lindsay from Total Drama Island that formed the basis. There's definitely a lot of influence from Total Drama in her proportions, because the heels are very Powerpuff Girls, but the way I draw her hands and her head and stuff are all ripped directly from Total Drama. I actually have, like, a folder of Total Drama, like, flash puppet hand poses that I use for reference when I'm drawing her. And the flash puppet thing is also significant, because that's how that's my frame of reference for, how she, like, moves, even though I don't animate. It's very important that she is not bound to the laws of, like, Euclidean space or reality in general. She is a cartoon character, and she does as cartoon characters do.
Silly, funny things.
Silly, funny, wobbly things with, like, fucked up claw hands. But they just look like that. You did draw her with claws, though, one time, and I liked it quite a bit.
Which one?
The one with a tiny staff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they look really good. And speaking of that one, there's also, the, like, normal proportions version of her design, because, the cartoony one is, like, I genuinely, like, draw her as, like, 4 feet tall, sometimes smaller, compared to, like, the rest of the staff. And, with normal proportions, she'd be exactly twice that height. And I do think that's very fun. I do like it when she is large. I do like it when she is pointing. I like it when the staff says what the fuck.
I think she should be large and pointing.
She's large and pointing. And I do end up drawing her with normal proportions more often than not, but that's solely because that's, like, my comfort zone as an artist. And I do think it is in my mind, she will always be 4 feet tall and wacky. In, in the blind idiot god sense. In the Gygus way. And continuing on, I already spoke about my manager at length. I spoke about the hotel. We should hit the owner. Because...
Love to hit the owner.
Love to hit the owner.
No, back up.
Buddy, that's staying! But the owner, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't draw a lot of older men. I don't know if it's become obvious in recent days that I don't draw a lot of older men.
We should fix this.
I think
for
that's
pennies
your job.
a day.
for $8,000 a month, I will draw the owner.
All right, let me get my wallet out.
What's wrong with you?
Student loans? Yeah, right.
The owner's design did not have any particular basis. I just wanted him to be a man who looked like, he ended up looking like vaguely like my grandpa, like when he was younger, but he's overall just like a man. There is a lot of reference in his design, though, to the hotel's design. Because ignoring the avatar I have on screen, her face is in the wrong way. The face that, the side of his face that he has completely obscured, that, like, blends into his hair, there's just this, like, black shadowy mass. It's all the same texture. It's basically plastic. But that is the exact same side of the face that, my hotel design has, like, hollow. It's hollow. Her face is hollow. That's why she doesn't have, like, eyes or a nose or nothing. It's just empty in there. You can reach in there and, like, pull shit out like Mary Poppins' bag.
But watch out!
But watch out! There's, like, a full-grown shark in there. But a lot of his, like, aspects of his design are, like, me just trying to, like, come up with what I had in my brain, who was, like, a big scary guy in a trench coat. I like trench coats. I love them.
Really good.
I wear them often, is the thing. Big scary guy in a trench coat. Lot of influence from Final Fantasy XIV in his design, actually, too, with, like, the pauldrons on the shoulders and shit. And there's the tied waist. That is taken from the hotel. There are the gloves that are taken from the hotel. They match. They literally match. And that's, like, the, like, whole central theme of his design, that they match. And also that, he's a fucking bird. Which is why his gloves have, like, talons on them. And his shoes are very specifically wingtip. I thought that was funny.
I think that's extremely funny.
And also his, like, he has this big feather ruff on his coat that is something I very much like in drawing on characters in general. as has been very obvious recently on my Twitter. But it sheds constantly. It's constantly shedding. There are feathers all over the fucking place. And I've drawn him as a weird bird monster once. But I do think that, when I first listened to the show, back in, September 2021, my initial vision of him, when, like, the wings flapping sound happened, I did not see him. I saw him turning into, like, an entire flock of crows. And just absconding. And I want to bring that back. Because I think that was, like, actually very fun. Because he's got eyes everywhere now. He's our little messenger pigeon.
I think not enough men are turning into entire flocks of crows.
I think more men should turn into murders of crows.
I think more men should turn into murders of crows. Men, I'm talking to the men out there. Why are we not turning into flocks of birds?
For my male audience, we should turn into birds.
The beer is hitting.
The beer is literally hitting, buddy. And that leaves the lobby boy. The lobby boy does not have much to him. His design is based on a friend I had in high school, who I bit often. And he took me to see the Emoji Movie. And we mixed Maltesers in with our popcorn because we were not normal. But he's just, like, some guy who is, like, taller than me, but a total wimp, and he just looks exactly like him. Except I, like, made half of his face rotting away. And coincidentally, it's the same side of the face that's hollow on the hotel and obscured on the owner. They all have that side of the face, like, missing from their design.
I wonder if this means anything.
It means things. There's also the eye proximity meta. That's, like, terms of relative power. because, like, all of them, they are cogs in a well-oiled machine. But in terms of what we've seen them do, in my design language, the less eyes you have, the more you're able to flex. So I count the lobby boy as having like 1.5, because you can kind of see his pupil through his hair. And
That's interesting because your manager has both eyes visible.
Both eyes. 2 of them.
2 of them.
She has the strongest willpower.
True. Her strength is in her willpower. We haven't really seen her do much.
Her power is mental.
She does seem to have kind of omniscience within her lobby. Like, she knows what's happening in the lobby. Sorry, I'm jumping to Carl LARP here.
Carl LARP.
Briefly, if you'll allow me a digression.
Aww. No. Continue. I like that episode.
I like that episode.
I feel it when Madame Hotel talks about the big city, because I'm like, oh my god, the big city! Oh my god, concrete! Yay!
I just want to know how she knew what the owner was doing in the private office, because she was like, oh, he's in there, and he hasn't left. He stayed, and he's also encased in wood like the rest of us. Fucking beautiful visual, fantastic payoff for the rotting. I can't say this enough. I love that episode, and I love what was done with it. I think it's very interesting that she knows he's there, that she has a kind of omniscience in her lobby. She knows what's happening within the hotel. Even if she doesn't have power over it, she can see it.
She's got lobby powers.
She's got lobby powers. I think that's fun.
In the same way that I have powers over my walk-in closet. So, we discussed our designs. Next on the docket, either playlists or regular quotations. We are 1 hour and 10 minutes in, and a lot of this is going to be cut.
Perfect. I would love to talk about regular quotations.
Love regular quotations.
Recently, I think the one that's popped up most recently, which is fun because it is from season 1, is we've been saying "not here he doesn't" a lot whenever somebody brings up God. Like, someone will say, God only knows, and we'll be like, not here he doesn't. It's just a fantastic little rejoinder.
It's a very good line within the context, because,
it's horrifying
as
within
soon as
the
you step into the hotel, you are outside of God's range. He cannot see you. This is no longer his domain. This is hers.
I like the implication that, yeah, maybe God is out there. The hotel, however...
She's a higher power than him.
She's a higher power than him.
She's been here longer. Step aside.
Yeah. Out of the way.
Out of the fucking way.
Girl boss coming through.
Girl boss was already here.
Girl boss has always been here.
We do end up quoting Harry Brunt a lot. Because that line specifically, the episode itself is something I do like exploring in a lot of my hotel-based horror. It's a genre I really enjoy. Okay. So, the idea of, like, getting lost in endless hallways, and, like, eventually you gotta give in to, like, hunger, or dehydration, or exhaustion, or you just kill yourself, like Harry Brunt eventually ended up doing, hopefully, I hope. And... yeah,
because all he had was the room key, though, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. But I could think of worse ways to go out.
Could think of worse ways to go out.
It's better than a butter knife.
It's fun that she gives them the choice. That's fucked up to say, actually.
Yeah, we should get more of that. I think. Like, pick your own demise.
Yeah.
Like Noreen.
Noreen! I still have to make that ranking of guests. I'm nearly done with the list. I have most of my justifications written out. I just need to finish that.
Every time you wake up, I put a gun to your head and say, move Judy Blashy higher.
You're gonna hate me so much, I moved Judy Blashy lower.
I want to bite your fucking head off.
Here's the thing about Judy Blashy. I love her. We don't learn a lot about her in the episode. She shows up and she immediately goes insane.
That's exactly why I like her.
Yes, but I need something to latch onto. Ted Barrow, he's on the list because he likes plants. Mr. Platt says,
how do you know he likes plants? How do you know he doesn't just have that thing?
Well, maybe he just has it. Well, he puts it in the window so it can get sunlight. If he just had it, he'd just put it on the floor.
And then he fucking drowns it.
He throws his wet clothes on the floor, on the bed. So he doesn't give a shit about that, but he puts the plant in the window. I think that means he cares about the plant.
I like your deep Ted Barrow analysis.
This
was how many years ago?
I've thought very seriously about this.
Yeah, I don't really think about my guest ranking. All I know is that I'm like, ooh, I like this one retweet.
I do like this one retweet. Judy Blassie still makes the top 10. I mean, there's been like 60-something episodes.
She's fucking better! There will be consequences otherwise.
We were talking about this. Key is under the mat.
Yeah, Key is under the mat is... It doesn't end up getting quoted often, but it is like something of a capstone. We did end HotelCon 2022 on a collective Key is under the mat. My bio in both the hotel Discord and the Discord we're recording this from is, man door, hand hook, car door, key is under the mat. And I think that's very funny. I'm never letting go of it. I do think it's very funny still.
Key is under the mat is iconic. What else is there to say? It's just
season
iconic.
2 was a season for surezies. It was there. It happened. All of that happened.
I liked season 2.
No way, you like season 2?
Yeah, I like season 2.
I think you might like season 2.
It's wild, and they won't tell you this in school, but I like season 2.
You're right, you really might like season 2. Me when I'm me again.
Me when I'm me again. Shut up.
Me when I'm not insignificant.
I can't.
What's wrong, buddy?
I'm a little tipsy, so I can't think about I'm me again, or that's going to be the rest of this episode, or I won't shut up.
You really like a good determinator, don't you?
I love it when a character is like, hey, guess what?
Oh,
I have enough of a strong sense of self that you cannot obliterate me. You may be my creator, but you cannot wipe me out. I have got... No way, the creator. I got the stubbornness, the resolve. I was about to say the word potent, which I don't know is what I want in this exact scenario, but we're gonna go with potent for now.
Potency?
Just the stepping out of the darkness. I'm me again. That's when I sold my soul to this show.
I think you
That's
want
when
that
I went
tattooed on your soul.
I might. Oh, what if I got a tattoo for this show?
You're drunk. You're drunk, Ibis!
I just think the finale of season 2 is so beautiful. I think it's fantastic.
Return is a lot. Oh yeah. Another one on the quote list that we wanted to bring up. Mr. Man!
Mr. Man.
Oh, that did things to you.
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man.
The reason we should explain gender as well.
Yes, gender theory.
The reason Mr. Man hit me so hard is because A, it's a very cute thing to say, and we didn't know how the hotel was going to be when she showed up. Like, the last time we heard from her, she was very scary lady. She was very
imposing.
Imposing is a great word for it. And now she shows up and she's like kind of fruity, kind of flirty.
Kind of wacko.
Kind of wacko. And she calls him Mr. Man. And I think that's actually...
cat.
Right, exactly. What's that post that's like, me, gender is fake. Me talking to my cat. Mr. Boy, you are a little man who is a boy. Mr. Sir Boy. Like,
Mr.
that's
Sir.
how she talks. That's how she talks to the owner.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
That's
Mr. Man has stuck with me. That's, I think, where it started for me, the hotel owner shipping.
It's also just easier than referring to him as the owner.
It's easier than calling him the owner. It is a little awkward to talk to somebody face to face and be like, hello, the owner. And it's like, okay.
You can lost route, call him owner, like Mario.
You can call the lobby boy because that's like a title.
First name lobby, last name boy.
First name Lobert, last name boy.
It's short for Lobert.
It's short for Lobert. Yeah, but this is the reason me and Niall and Jay, the three of us, like, will be like, the owner is a man. He's literally a man. And we mean it in the diminutive. in the diminutive sense.
We mean it like we're like ruffling his hair.
We're like, oh,
what a man!
He's
what
a
little
man
you are.
Whereas, oh Jesus Christ, I almost just spilled my beer.
Mr.
Sorry.
Man thinks he's so important. It's a big deal. Aw.
Whereas,
Precious.
I think woman has a slightly different connotation. Niall, would you like to take it away?
Oh, you know I would.
Woman.
And I think woman has a very specific connotation, at least in part because of me. Because when I say woman, I mean a very specific kind of woman. I don't mean like woman, I mean like woman. I mean like JRPG evil queen kind of woman. I mean bringing about an eternal darkness kind of woman. I mean constructing death rays kind of woman. I mean great old one kind of woman. I mean could kill me effortlessly kind of woman. When I say woman, that's what I'm talking about. And you need not be female to be #woman.
So true. I think that's fantastic, and I think that's also exactly what the hotel is. Like, when you put it like that, that's a woman.
That's a woman! And I was gonna say specifically, when the owner called her, this unpredictable woman, I was like, oh, he understands!
The gender understander has logged on.
The gender understander! It's like the Caped Crusader. But yeah, I do have, these intricate headcanons, and by that I mean, their genders and sexualities are all whatever, quote-unquote.
Quote-unquote whatever.
Except for the hotel, who's quote-unquote hotel.
Yes.
Across the board.
Gender,
every box
hotel.
full.
Sexuality, hotel. Age, hotel. Ethnicity, hotel.
Ethnicity, hotel.
Building. Credit Niall for that one. He came up with that one.
Yeah, that is part of Karn's bio on Toy House.
So that's frequent quotes and also gender.
Quotes and also gender theory. So I think it's very funny that when we call the owner a man, we're doing it in a cute puppy ruffling his hair sense.
Way.
And when we call the hotel a woman, we're groveling at her feet kind of way. Slaughtering a ram in reverence kind of way, woman.
Precisely.
There's almost a reverence, when you look at a massive, 12-mast ship and you call it she. That kind of wow.
She's a she in the way a boat's a she.
Yeah.
Hi, the ship episode.
The ship.
Oh, I would actually love to discuss this. Not frequently. What's the word I'm looking for? Before the ship was announced, we were thinking about a pirate AU because I am the way I am and I love boat media. And I believe we called it Flotel.
Yes.
And it was all it aligned pretty well with the way the episode actually went. Of course, captain, owner, first mate manager, Swabby boy. But the hotel was the ship. The hotel was the ship, as in, she was the figurehead of the ship, and then, the 412 is she comes off of the front of the ship and steps on board and is like, hi, gang, and they're all like, Jesus Christ.
The owner puts a cannonball through her head.
Ruh-roh. But now I have I have a file titled Flotel that's just vague scribblings with the owner as the Captain Morgan guy.
And then this
I don't know
happened, and I drew a very, very sexy Mahi Mahi manager.
I don't know if that's ever going to see the light of day now, though. Flotel might not see the light of day.
Howdy noises.
Because I can't draw a boat.
Are you kidding me?
No. Who?
You can't draw a boat.
I can't draw a boat. Have you ever tried to draw a boat? I was very into the Aubriad, am still very into the Aubriad, the Matriamid, if you will. I've tried to draw the surprise, I've tried to draw the horrible leopard, I've tried to draw the dart, I've tried to draw the Sophie. Boats is difficult. I don't know, the Flotel might make it.
The Flotel.
I think Flotel, that was a C invention. Shout out to C, we love her.
She makes the best puns.
C makes the best puns. So I guess that just leaves. I guess all that leaves is playlist talk. How in depth do we want to go with playlist talk? Because I made a spreadsheet.
You made a whole spreadsheet?
I did. It's not as involved as it sounds.
I do want to hear your take on your owner playlist, because I don't know what I'd say about my playlist respectively. So knowing that you have a spreadsheet of talking points and stuff.
I made the spreadsheet to help me get it in narrative order, because I needed to know what all the songs meant, because they all have meanings. They're all on there for a reason. I just needed to figure it out. So my owner playlist starts with a lot of songs that, to the casual observer, may not seem to actually correspond with season 1, and this is because they correspond with the John meta. The John meta being, I have a headcanon theory about the owner being a regular-ass human before he was a regular-ass human before he became the owner. His name was John. There's a whole lot going on there I don't really need to get into, but everything up to Marry Me, so the first 12 songs on the owner playlist, are the John meta. The first 13 songs, actually, are the John meta. And Marry Me is like the end of the John meta. So when we come in on Who Is She by I Monster, that's when the actual canon narrative starts.
That's when she shows up.
That's when she shows up. We go John meta. I lied. We go John meta into my hotel owner songs. So that's kind of shipping songs. And then it starts proper with proper funds.
That was the first song.
Remember when that was the first song? It was the first song to establish that this isn't a serious playlist, because none of the lyrical content of Proper Funds really matches up with the owner as a character. The song just kind of sounds like him. Similar with the next two songs are Lose This Skin by The Clash and Sam Jones by Richard Thompson. These are jokes about bones. Sam Jones is a guy who collects bones. And Lose This Skin, obviously, he rots into a skeleton man. Very funny. So these are starters to let you know this isn't a serious playlist. But after this, I get extremely serious. And this has actually changed because I moved stuff today. Well, let me point at a couple songs that I think are significant.
I do think singling out some standouts would make this much easier.
Yeah. Okay. Gethsemane from Jesus Christ Superstar is on there because in 4.8 AJ Taylor and Wayne, the owner references a line from Jesus Christ Superstar. It's not from the song Gethsemane, but the song that it's from doesn't really match up for him, IMO. Gethsemane, on the other hand, tell me there's a reason for you wanting me to die. You're far too keen on how and when, but not so hot on why. That's season 3. That's when he's doing the infinite falling thing, and she's like, did you see it? And he's like, no, I'm falling to my death here. Can you give me a clue?
Look closer.
Look closer? Gosh, I'd love to. That's what that's all about. Same with Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In, Will Wood. Same with Evelyn, Kim Tillman. Those are all season 3 songs. Scream by Dreamcatcher is on there because of a friend who introduced me to Dreamcatcher. Shout out Star. And I was like, haha, Scream. That's what he's doing for all of season 3. That's what he does! Voulez-vous to Big Mouth Strikes Again is all season 4, and that's in order. So Voulez-Vou's 4.5, and then there's a whole run of songs that are 412 when he's beefing with the lobby boys. So like Infrared down to Guillotine, including Megalovania. Which was a choice by my friend C. Again, shout out C. Love you so much.
C gave everyone Undertale music.
Undertale music, for sure. Werewolf Gimmick, I will live and die by the assertion that Werewolf Gimmick by the Mountain Goats is just 412. It's literally the plot of 412. And then I've got a couple instrumentals right at the end because I couldn't really figure out where they went, but they feel like him. Neath Dark Waters from Final Fantasy XIV, which was a Nile pick.
I love you.
The instrumental version of the Dark Order's entrance theme from All Elite Wrestling because I like wrestling. This is
and
known.
you like the Dark Order.
And I like the Dark Order. They're fun.
I like them.
Fancy Meat Computer from Hylix. I can't explain this, but he is a fancy meat computer.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being an ordinary meat computer and a fancy meat computer.
Yes. I'm sorry.
The lobby boy is an ordinary meat computer.
The lobby boy is an ordinary meat computer. He's a fancy meat computer. His suits. He looks so handsome in his suits. That's my explanation for that. And God of the Dead from the Hades soundtrack because it goes hard.
Because he's haters.
He's
literally haters.
Let me just do a real quick scroll through and see if there's any more in here that I want to pick out in particular. I think I really hit all the points. Lazarus, St. Vincent and David Byrne. I just really like the vibes of one of these days I'm gonna fucking snap on you people.
Oh, speaking of Lazarus, aren't there some songs we have where we have verses from other characters cutting in?
Oh, why, yes, there are. Monster by Kanye West. It's on the owner playlist.
Dude, I was thinking like Crow's Blood or something. Not Monster. No. But we can keep talking about Monster.
By Kanye West is on the owner's playlist, and the hotel has a verse, and that's Nicki's verse.
And you always entrust that one to me when we're doing karaoke.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Crows 1, Aesop Rock, Kimya Dawson on that is the hotel. Most of these are from his perspective, though, and then just, like, sometimes somebody else has a verse on a song, and that's somebody else cutting in. I think those are the only two, really. Oh, yeah, I just put the instrumental. Why is it not showing up?
There's also Nobody Falls on a Ship playlist that shall not be named, where the owner shows up, like, once, but it's just him fucking screaming.
It's just him screaming, which is extremely funny. I do have an owner hotel playlist. Should I even go into that? Back in Town, Florence and the Machine should probably go on the main owner playlist, actually, because I do enjoy it. And I think that could be Echo Box.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually putting that on there now. Folks, live, the playlist is updating. Back in Town, Florence and the Machine.
Speaking of the playlist updating, I need to put a new song on the Big Hotel Pod playlist for the finale. Because
yes.
The last one I put on there was Violence by The Unlikely Candidates.
What are we thinking for this episode?
You see, the finale songs we've had so far all go very hard. We Know Where You Sleep. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Big Mouth Strikes Again.
Big Mouth Strikes Again being a finale song is very funny. I think the song that goes on the playlist should be for the manager, because she was the star of the show this time.
Yeah, she really starred. Yeah. But it needs to be like a big deal song.
But like a big-ass deal.
Yeah, like We Know Where You Sleep is always going to be like the epic finale song to me. Nothing will ever top We Know Where You Sleep.
We do know where you sleep.
They literally know where they sleep. It's a fucking hotel.
It's a hotel. We know what room you're in.
We literally know what room you're in.
We gave you the key. You're in the book.
You're in the book. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. I think I can't get over the guests' names being written as though they were written when they died, because the only thing I can think of is the legendary Black Beast of Og scene from Monty Python. If that was being intentionally referenced, extremely funny.
Also, oh my god. I want him to confirm or deny.
Confirm or deny. Also, some of the guests would not be able to write at their points of death. You think Audrey Burns is going to be able to pick up those 10-ton hands and scribble her name in the guest book?
She can. She puts fucking elbow grease into it.
Actually,
she would just put some effort into it.
She is putting all the effort into it. I'm sorry I doubted you, Queen.
You know who else? Who I think should sign the guest book post-death? Mary Molly.
Mary Molly is going to just drip all over that thing.
Get it all sloppy. We're gonna have to ID her by dental records, but she signed it.
I think recent revelations in We Made the Hotel make that episode, like, super interesting, because are all those repetitions of ring out the thing, slop Mary around, just Mark Whitten doing old takes, ring it out in the bucket, and Travis being like, yeah, that's good, and leaving them in, because that's incredible. That episode is, like, sticks in my mind because of that repetition.
Yeah, that's what I listened to when I'm playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, released in 2022.
I think.
Yeah, that's what plays in my head when I'm playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, because all I do is I run around the same spot of land for up to 9 hours on end, waiting for something that will never come.
You'll get your shiny Alpha Gardevoir.
I'll get my shiny Alpha Gardevoir and she will be beautiful. So, okay, I want to go over my manager playlist a little bit, because my hotel playlist is sorted in a manner that is known only to me. Like, I completely understand why everything is where it is, and I do not think I could describe it to anyone else, because I'm very, very... It isn't as separated into rigid plot points as the managers. Because the managers goes from, like, Song 1 to Song 9 is Season 1. Then, so that's The Show by Clipping through Burning Car by Screaming Females. There's Human Behavior in there, thanks to Travis. Take a Slice by Glass Animals, which is a recent addition, 6 days ago, actually. Run by Duckworth.
Run by Duckworth.
Run by Duckworth. So after the Season 1 segment, there's Dull Parts by Hole, and that kicks off Season 2. And Dull Parts through Seasons 2 and 3 kind of blend together, because I find the manager's, like, mental state in that period of time very fascinating, because, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than, like, how, like, you know, you'll get, like, brain fog if you haven't eaten, but your body is forcing you to keep going.
Yeah.
It all feels like brain fog. It feels like straight brain fog, and she has, like, one thing to do, and she's doing it, but it's, like, autopilot. And she's doing a great job, is her thing. But, it goes from, so it's, like, Dull Parts by Hole through, I think, Panic Station by Muse. Yes, Panic Station is the transition from Season 3 to Season 4. And it's very funny, because the song right before it is a fucking My Little Pony fan song. But I would consider that, like, since Panic Station is where Season 4 comes in, I would also consider Black Snooty, the My Little Pony fan song that comes right before the Season 4 intro, technically part of the Echo Box Return segment. So that's where the timeline gets a little fucky-wucky. And then, the rest of that is Season 4. And since I've been here for Season 4 is where I pick the show back up. It's, like, my context for the show. It's how I lived. It's how I live like this. Bitch, you live like this. And there's a lot in the Season 4 segment. It's just, like, her coming back into her own after being forced to be, like, so much different shit. And then, like, getting repeatedly bludgeoned to death.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of me, like, exploring the intricacies of her relationships, actually, throughout Season 4. So there are songs like All Smiles Over Here by The Garden, High by Screaming Females, St. Percy by Brockhampton, Evil Eye by Franz Ferdinand, Put Me to Work by Big Data. Those are all, like, explorations of her psyche, because I think that's funny. That's a weird way to put it, but I do think it's kind of funny. Stuff like Businessman by Mother, Black Rainbow by St. Vincent. Those are actually both about the owner. And there's stuff about the hotel herself coming in at the end too, with songs like Ripe, like Hollow Moon, like Prayer Factory, that are all, I'm really just using this as a character exploration exercise. And it's come out pretty well. And I would talk about my hotel playlist here, but it's a hot mess. And all you need to know is that if you're listening to it and your head hurts, good! And the big playlist is, of course, the big playlist. There's not a lot of intricacy there. There's just, this song fits this episode, I'm putting it on there.
I think it would be nice to explain 413.
413? Oh, you mean the Sweet Escape?
Yes.
The you-hoo, we-hoo?
You-hoo, we-hoo.
Yeah.
Why'd you pick Sweet Escape?
Okay, so, actually, when 413 dropped, I was at work, and I was pacing around listening to it, and I was also, as soon as I finished, I was listening to The Sweet Escape, so I was just pacing around going, you-hoo, we-hoo, under my breath, and then I, like, listened to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the owner, this is from the owner's point of view, and despite the sound, it is just the owner's point of view, and it's a very funny sound, too, to be coming after what it came after, because it is between Birds by Death Grips and Something Underneath by Clipping, which are both songs that sound like getting your head put in a meat grinder, And then there's The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani featuring Akon.
And that's everything to me.
That's everything to me. I like the song, too. It's just a good song.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah,
I don't think I have anything else to add.
Yeah.
Other than, oh my god, I'm so excited for season 5.
I am so excited for season 5. Like, the doorbell noise and the wind blowing, and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to re-listen to season 2?
The doorbell has me very excited. Airbnb again? Airbnb 2?
I love, like, season 2's vibe of the Airbnb, specifically because I have worked, like, cleaning an Airbnb, so I'm like, as a joke, that season's just about the job I had.
Let's bring back Scarebnb!
Please.
I am also so excited for the library to see if it's like how it was when I worked in the library. Because I worked in the library. I would love to see if it lines up with that experience.
Libraries are literally just like that.
Libraries are literally just like that.
The page stuck together.
With his slime.
And I'm still very excited about getting to do the postcard.
I would like to discuss predictions for the library. Oh no, I didn't have predictions, I just had jokes. Oops. Lobby Boy sticks the pages together with his slime. The owner Jay was saying, I'm gonna steal Jay's joke here, or let Jay say it.
Oh, I could, I think hold on.
Jay-sayers in the crowd?
I'll look back at what I said.
That was you, right?
Yeah, it was me. I just have bad memory. But yeah, the owner is extremely that guy at a library who gets so mad if you make even the slightest noise. If you so much as smack your lips together, he'll go shh, and he'll try and get you to shut up. And he is just making more noise than you. He's just really loud while he's doing it. He's actually the problem. And I believe then, was it you, Ibis, who then said about him turning into the big monster, or was it someone else where he has to then get escorted out?
I think that was me, because I like when he turns into a big monster, and then he's escorted out. Sir, you can't be a burden here.
Sir!
You're going to have to leave.
Mr. Sir!
Mr. Sir
What
Boy.
was your name again? Owner.
Owner. That's his real name.
I do think it's very funny still.
Well, okay,
I
think that's going to do it.
Thoughts. Let's get our brains together. Let's think of something snappy and witty to end this on. Once again, thank you so much to the staff and crew at Midnight Disease and the voice actors of the Hotel Podcast. We would not be here without you. I would not be spouting my bullshit if not for you.
Genuinely, yet another horrible thing happened to me, and the episodes got me through it. I fell off my bike.
Same here, but I can't say.
I don't have skin on my elbow anymore. Where?
This show gets me through shit.
The show gets me through shit. Thank you for making it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything you do for us as a community.
Excited for those postcards. I ordered the ones for 412 and 416.
And I ordered the ones for 413 and 415.
That's very funny.
It's really funny.
So close together.
You were like, okay, I'm getting the ones for the one for the owner, and I'm getting the one with the mushrooms.
Oh, the mushroom! I'll never shut up about how much I love 416.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm keeping Judy Blashy. To no one's surprise. And then I just really like the art for 415, but also there's something I wanted to draw with Madame Hotel and Carl Larp that I still haven't drawn. So watch out for that if you're listening to this.
Further thoughts. Nope, no further thoughts.
No musical
episode. Musical episode when? I know someone who can sing.
Wrestling episode when?
Wrestling episode.
Shut up, cut that!
No, we're not cutting that. Wrestling episode.
Get over here.
What?
I'm moving your avatar closer.
You don't have to do a wrestling episode.
You do, legally, by law. Mandating it.
Oh god. I would love it if you did, but don't feel pressured to. I'm falling off a cliff now.
I kicked him off of that cliff. Farewell.
I'm going down with him.
Yeah!
That's a great place to end it. Good night, everybody.
Hand in a lovable hand. Great night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Night.